Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from, where are we, Zeph? Vista, that's where we are, Vista, California. It must be a Friday, I'm forgetting things. Hope you've all had a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. I have to show you a pretty picture. Look at this. Oh, you can't quite see it because of the... Hang on, how do I get this silly thing to zoom in? Yeah. Nope, not gonna work. Okay. Some days the Zoom thingy works and some days it doesn't. So how has your day been? Have you been present in the moment for today and enjoying the fun and beauty of the day, enjoying walks in nature, all that sort of cool fun stuff? Remember we talked about being present in the moment, and we read that piece this morning called Think Like a Dog that talked about the lady who has the beagle and how when they go for the walks and stuff, she learned to put her phone away and be present while the dog sniffed at everything. And the dog has no destination in mind. It's just, let's go see what we can find. Let's go explore. So are you doing that as well? I also want to give a huge shout out to everybody who is still sending me messages, text messages, voicemails, Facebook messages and everything else with support for yesterday. I truly, truly appreciate you guys for that. The love and support that has been showered upon me has been awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time to shoot me a message, make sure I'm okay, letting me know that you're thinking of me. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Today I had some connections to do, which was kind of cool. I even met with somebody who had questions about RV living, about living in an RV and stuff, and not on their plans right now, but it's something they're thinking of. So they're doing their research first, which I always recommend people, do your due diligence and do your research before you take plunges like this, make life altering things like let's sell the house, go live in an RV, things like that. So always take things like that. And had some other good connections today too. Finally got back with my Think and Grow Rich partner. We're in the process of reading through this. I got on the call today and I says, okay, we're ready for chapter 10. She said we did chapter 10 last time, but it's been like 4 or 5 weeks since we last connected because of our schedules, a lot of conflicts coming up and stuff. And I'm like, we did chapter 10 already? I said, I just quickly read over it to refresh my memory since it's so long since I read it. She says, yes, we've done chapter 10. I was like, oh, but chapter 10 was really cool. It was all about masterminding. And people who know me know how much I love mastermind groups because of the ideas that you can share, the stuff that happens within masterminds and all of that as well. And it was talking about, oh yes, that's right. I had to write notes in my margin. But this one also talked about, and we had already done it. And I said, well, I read through it and I knew I'd looked up the guys that was part of Henry Ford's mastermind group. I said, I didn't realize we'd already discussed it. I said, I totally forgot about that. But then, 4 or 5 weeks. So anyway, so we just did a complete catch-up call. What's been happening to you in the last 4 or 5 weeks? And we just sat there and chatted for about half an hour just catching up, which was awesome. Because she's in a new place. Got to hear about her vision of beach houses and living on the beach and having open windows and everything else. That was kind of cool. But in case you didn't know, Henry Ford's mastermind group consisted of Thomas Edison, we all know who he is, Harvey Firestone, who is the founder of Firestone Tires and Rubber Company. Gotta read this. John Burroughs, who is was an American naturalist and nature essay writer, and Luther Burbank. Those who live in LA will know the name Burbank, who is a botanist, horticulture, and the pioneer in agricultural science. So think about that. Those are people who are very different to what Henry Ford was a car manufacturer. He came up with concepts for cars, like he got his guys to keep working on that 8-cylinder engine until they came across it because he wanted it done. He was going to get it done, come hell or high water, basically. But he had Thomas Edison, who was an inventor. He had Harvey Firestone, who was into tires and rubbers and things, which was a great synergy for the two of them, him manufacturing cars, the other guy doing the tires. Then you had somebody who was a naturalist, and then you had somebody who was a botanist, horticulturalist, and pioneer in the agricultural science. Very, very different fields that these guys came from, yet they would come together in mastermind. And the power of a mastermind group is just phenomenal. I love mastermind groups, absolutely love. Now there's some really, really good ones out there, and then there's some that's not so good, but you have to find the right one that fits with you, fits with your ethos, and your ethos is, what are your values, what do you value the most, and find the one that's the right fit for you. There are some mastermind groups out there that you will fit with, and other ones that you're sort of like, yeah, no, this doesn't feel right, this is too high level for me, it's not high level enough. You can have that. I tend to find that mastermind groups that have a variety of professions in the mastermind group tend to work best than those that are all from the same profession. And here's why. Because when you're with those that are from the same profession, they get that competition thing. Oh, this is my idea. I am keeping it quiet. I'm not going to tell anybody else because I want to be the one to corner the market in that. And trust me, this does happen. I have seen it happen. I have been part of a mastermind group where this happened. And they don't want to give out their ideas because they're scared that people will take their clients or steal their idea and run away with it and do better than what they can with it. But if you go into a mastermind group where it's a variety of different professions and trades and things, the idea is free flow. And mastermind groups need to be a safe space. So whatever is shared in the mastermind group does not get shared beyond the people that are in the mastermind group. It is a safe space because in some mastermind groups you need to share numbers or get get sensitive information for them to help, for the other people in the group to help you crack through whatever breakdown that you've had or idea that you're working on. So you need to be able to give some you might need to be able to give some sensitive information in a safe space, knowing that it's not going to go beyond the people that are in that group. But I have also found that with a variety of trades, you've got a variety of knowledge and experience coming in, and it's from different perspectives. So when you're talking, so for example, when I was talking about travel, at the time in the mastermind group I was in, there were no other travel people there, but everybody in the room could be a potential client for me. So I was able to say, well, I'm wanting to do this idea, what do you think? And they could, and I would explain the idea, lay out the plan for it and everything else. And they would come back from the consumer's perspective and go, nah, not interested. Well, that sounds really good. So you get the instant feedback from potential clients. Or they might say, hey, that's a really great idea. Have you thought about, and give you some suggestions that you may not have thought of that makes it more of a consumer product rather than a travel professional trying to put a product out there. So now you're solving a problem for those potential clients. So having the feedback from a variety of professions who have been in business for a range of time as well. You can have those that are brand new in business to those that are experienced in business. It is so much. You get a lot out of mastermind groups like that. So when I read this chapter 10 on the power of the mastermind, I was reading who Henry Ford's mastermind people were. I thought, man, what a lot of experience in that room. Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall in that room? When somebody turns and says, hey, I got a problem with this, or I got an idea with this, and just hear the ideas flow, and people coming from different perspectives, different walks of life, to give their interpretation of what it is you want to come out with, the idea that you have. But when you're in the same profession, you're sort of all in the same walk of life. Yes, your personal experiences will be different, but when you're in the same profession, you've got all that experience within the profession. Yes, some may have more, some may have less, but you also get that competition thing going in there where people turn around and say, this is my idea, I'm not talking about it. Although I could really do with some feedback on it. How can I word it so that they don't get what the real idea is, but I still get feedback on it? Those sort of, it starts playing those sorts of games. I have seen it happen time and time again. And I have seen the person drill with that person, and that person was not going to give up what it is their ultimate plan was, because they were so terrified that somebody in the group would take that idea and run away with it and they'd be left with nothing. So if you've got a really good mastermind group, make sure they are a variety of professions, because the ideas and the feedback will be so much more beneficial to you, and you get to share a lot more openly than you would in a group that's the same profession. So those are my words of wisdom for today from personal experience. or words of wisdom. If it's not out of a book, it comes from personal experience. So I hope you all had a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. Go enjoy your evening. Did you get your projects done today? What projects did you have on the books? Did you get them finished today for this week? Do you have goals set up for next week already? Maybe we should do that, because it's the end of month next week. Did you know that? Tuesday night. That's the end of September. So how are you doing with your goals for September? Are you on point? Are you on target? Are you exceeding your goals? Do you have a lot of work to do between now and then? Go check those numbers. Do you know your numbers? I know I'm checking my numbers twice a day now. Once at the beginning of the day, once at the end of the day. Sometimes I'll go in there around lunchtime as well and check, but it's 4:28 and I haven't had lunch yet today. So I think I'll go have some Luna for just lunch and dinner. Have a super fantastic, sparkling Friday. We'll catch you guys later. Hey, konera!